Yes, mic check, here we go. Dutch Grand Prix. Jordan, if you're in, I have no idea why I start off saying yes. You've taken an influence. Hello and a big welcome to the channel. I'm the Motorsport Madman and this is the 2022 Dutch Grand Prix. It's round 15 out of 22 of the 2022 Formula 1 World Championship. We're live, we're on. How are we doing, guys? If you are new to the channel, if you are a Formula 1 fan, then please do get yourself subscribed on live, not just today, but for every single qualifying and every single race from the Formula 1 World Championship. Please do drop me a like as well if you do find yourself enjoying the stream, if by chance, because that really does help out the channel. You know, obviously we're a small channel just trying to get going and trying to build a community, a little F1 fan community here. So please do drop me a like if you enjoy it. And yeah, they're on the grid. We've got about half an hour till lights out. In fact, I'll put a little, I'll get my little countdown on so that we know that it's lights out at 2 p.m. So in about 28 minutes. So I'll put, just for the hell of it, I'll put a 27-minute timer on there. Why not? Let's do that now. So it'll be about race start in about 27 minutes or so. So yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. Let's see who's in chat for the 2022 Dutch Grand Prix straight off the bat. You know, who's got the notifications on? Let's have a look. Chris Poundcoin, yeah, good afternoon to you, Chris Poundcoin. Welcome to round 15 of the F1 Championship. We've got a DJ on the grid. What is he doing? Jordan Rothwell, what are you doing on the grid, lad? You're going to get yourself out of the way. There's a race on in 20 minutes. That is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. They've got a DJ with full live decks on the start grid 20 minutes before lights out. Well, it is the Netherlands. They do like a party in the Netherlands, so you know, maybe he's a big DJ. I wouldn't recognize any DJ probably other than Armin van Buuren or something, but or Tiesto, and it's none of them two, but someone's on the grid giving it large, I'll tell you that. But yeah, good afternoon, Chris. Drop a like. Cheers, Martin. Yeah, do drop me a like. Helps the YouTube algorithm pick me up. Maybe today they put me on the list, you never know. Or will it just be a handful of us sat here? We don't know. We'll find out. Afternoon, yes. Afternoon, Kim. Welcome to the stream. Oh god, yeah, we don't talk about the football result on here. That was no, that was next level. But we are on the football later on this afternoon. But yeah, change in the weather. Think it poured down last night. Or was that where you are? But let's go, Jordan. If you're still here, I know you was in before I come live with the let's go. I'm hyped for this one. You know, Mercedes looking strong, Ferrari looking strong. I'll go through the grid in a couple of minutes. But welcome to the stream, Jordan, if you're still in. Nesto's in. Welcome to the stream, Nesto. Yeah, Martin Ross, as always, welcome to the stream. Kim's in. Tax is in. Yo, Tax. How we feeling about Daniel Ricciardo starting from P17? But, like I say, your man next year, Oscar Piastri, I reckon he might finish better than P17 in qualifying next year. So, yeah, welcome in, Tax. Hope you've not bet any money on Ricciardo anymore. But yeah, good morning, Ernesto, from where you are in the world in Boston. It is the morning there, Ernesto. Nice and early one for you. Nice and early stream for you, Ernesto, this one. Welcome in, Chris. Welcome in, Ryan Tune, as well. We'll have to get you on the commentary one day, Ryan Tune, because that will be... I might just die laughing. That will be a hilarious stream. But yeah, Ryan Tune, welcome to the stream. Mr. Colgate. He's like a full party on the grid, mate. It is. It is a full party on the grid. I mean, I've seen DJs on the podium in Mexico post-race, but I've never seen a DJ giving it large pre-race. So yeah, that's a new one. Bashing out a set, lad, for Max, innit? Scenes when Mick Schumacher wins. Carl, right. When, if, how, who, whatever. When, if Mick Schumacher ever wins a race, I'll be emotional. Like, I'll be emotional. I'll be crying. I'll be emotional. I'll be crying. The top will be off. Mate, mate, nah. If Schumacher ever wins a race, there'll be tears before dawn on that one. I would literally, I'd break down. Because of the history of it and his dad and he. Oh, mate, no, there's so much like emotional history in it that it would be like. Oh, it'd be historic. Anyway, that day's probably a few years away, so I ain't gonna worry about the Mick Schumacher win yet. But if he gets the Alpine drive, he's a little bit closer. We'll see. Yeah, but welcome in Lee Kime. Welcome to the stream. Remember it from GeoGuessr. Oh, GeoGuessr's a difficult game, Kim. Yeah, Jam's as good at that. I've just wing it me. But I'm good. Yeah, something. I'll agree with you, Martin. Unless the cars are falls out, wreck, Max will have it in the back. The thing is with Formula One, the car's arse might fall out, Jordan. the car's arse fell out in Friday practice one. You know what I mean? So it was so close in qualifying as well. I'll go through the grid in a sec. Just go through the performance of everyone, what I reckon is going to happen. But yeah, hope it's a closer race than Spa. Carl, I am not a religious man, but I am praying that it's a closer race than Spa. Yes. Hold it, full prayers out, lad, because we need a closer race than Spa. Hey, if Max just dips off, you know, and he's got a 10-second lead by lap 5, I'll be here like, oh god, here we go. But he clinched pole by 21 thousandths of a second in Max Verstappen. Ferrari are quick, you can't write them off. Mercedes are quick. Had Perez not spun on the last lap of qualifying, could we have seen a Mercedes potentially on pole? I think there was a chance of it. Lewis was consistently like a tenth off Max Verstappen in Q1 and Q2, so Hamilton was fighting for it. Obviously, the Perez spin messed up the Mercedes final lap. So they couldn't improve. But Lewis from 4th, he'll be fighting for the podium. If things go a bit weird, maybe he can win. But it might take a bit of drama in front of him for that to happen. But yeah, we'll go through the grid. IRSHT, welcome to that Silverstone race, Carl. That's race of the season so far, that. Yeah, Silverstone, definitely. I watched it back. It was on the other day on a repeat. I watched some of it back. I was like, yo, the last 15 laps of that British Grand Prix were insane, man. For a bit of that, you know, if we get a flavour of the British Grand Prix, bring it on. Anyway, man, Alonso and Ocon can gain place at the start. Yeah, I'm going to go through the grid now. Yeah, so we have Nicholas Latifi was P20 in qualifying. He was weirdly well off the pace. Like, Nicholas Latifi isn't known for being absolutely rapid anyway, but he was weirdly off the pace. He was like 1.6 seconds slower than Alexander Albon, obviously in the same car. So I don't know whether he made mistakes. You know, I've not really watched much of the build-up. As Jordan knows, a bit of a late night. But yeah, didn't really watch a lot of the build-up, so I don't know if Latifi's got an excuse for being 1.6 seconds slower than Albon. But yeah, Latifi bringing up the rear of the grid, and then that's getting too regular. It's getting too regular, and you just wonder whether Williams would be looking for a change for 2023. That's the rumour. I think they need to look at changing it up, do Williams for next year. Obviously, Albon in the other seat is confirmed. Then we got Sebastian Vettel lining up 19th. Now, he made a mistake, ran wide in qualifying. I don't remember. It must have been at the end, right at the end of Q1. It must have been right at the end of Q1. Vettel went off into the gravel. Messed up not only his lap, but I think he messed up Kevin Magnussen's lap as well. So Vettel with the mistake in qualifying, but Aston Martin not looking bad at all. Aston Martin are improving. His excuses. Hey, no, but I know that Latifi more often than not may bring up the rear of the grid, but he's not usually that far like that. That's like a big gap where you go, wait a minute, what's going on here? You know, it's all right being 3/10 slower than your teammate. You know, you get away with it, but he's like 2 seconds off. But yes, it's a bit of a weird one. Vettel mistake, final corner. Yeah, that's it. Mr. Consistent Latifi. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, so Vettel 19th with a mistake. That, I think, that messed up Kevin Magnussen's lap, and that's why Kevin will start P18 in the Haas. Obviously, disappointing for him, especially considering how high up the grid Mick Schumacher got. But we'll get to that. P17 for Daniel Ricciardo. His woes continue. Daniel just in a massive slump. And to be honest, when the announcement came out a couple of weeks ago that he is going to leave McLaren, you know, that he had been let go by McLaren, I thought he'd come back with a bang. I thought Ricciardo would be like, right, I'm going to prove everyone wrong. I'm going to prove McLaren wrong. I thought he'd wake him up. And I thought he'd be like, right, there's an Alpine seat going. McLaren will let me go. I'm going to put in the best 8-9 races of my career. Well, that'd be difficult considering he's in a Red Bull winning, but what I mean is I thought that I'd wake him up, as in performances would improve vastly, and all of a sudden you'd see Ricciardo on it. But the slump continues. You know, what did he do in Spa? Qualified at the back, stayed at the back. What's going on here? Qualifying 17th. Where's he going to end up? You'd be a brave man to say he's going to end up with a point today, Daniel Ricciardo. So the slump continues, and you just wonder as each session goes past, are Alpine going to be looking more and more at Pierre Gasly? That is obviously the growing consensus is that Alpine will go for Pierre Gasly. I think that's the right thing to do. That's what they should do. No matter how much it costs them to buy him out of the AlphaTauri contract, you got to put down the money. They've got to get the man. They've got to get Pierre Gasly, and Daniel Ricciardo just, I don't know what's going to happen with Daniel next year. But yeah, P17 for Daniel. P16 for Bottas. Beaten by his rookie teammate Zhou Guanyu. Probably one of the first times that's happened. You know, I've not got the exact stats on how many times Zhou's beaten Bottas. But I can't imagine that that's happened too often. So yeah, Valtteri Bottas with a disappointing quali down in 16th. Alexander Albon did get through to Q2. And then was slowest in Q2. So it was kind of a situation for Albon. You know, for a few minutes it was looking, can Albon get into the top 10? You know, it was looking a bit, could Albon pull a madness here and start in the top 10? Ends up 15th. It's not bad, is it? You know, he's in the Williams, you know, by all intents and purposes, he's in the slowest car. So P15 for Alexander Albon, not a massive disappointment. Zhou Guanyu starts P14, obviously beating his teammate Valtteri Bottas, which, like I was saying, probably not happened a lot. So big up to Zhou Guanyu, obviously his debut year, and he's looking to get the confirmation of the seat for Alfa Romeo for 2023. That's not confirmed yet, but I feel like that will happen. I feel like Zhou Guanyu will get another year. But you really have to step it up in year two. I feel like most drivers, unless you're in the Red Bull Junior category, most drivers will get a year, the first year free. You sort of get a year to bed yourself in, get used to it, get bedded into the team, get bedded into Formula One. And then year two, you've really got to produce the goods, or else you will be slung out. So yeah, Zhou Guanyu, he's got this year off in a way. But next year he's going to have to come with the sauce. So Zhou Guanyu will be 14th, but not a bad performance. Now, very disappointing from Alpine. 12th and 13th Alpine. Ocon 12th, Fernando Alonso P13 on the grid. Hey, good afternoon. Denver's in. Sorry, I'm missing a bit of the chat. I'm on a full waffle, but Denver's in. Dugan's in. Cheers, Dugan, mate. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate the like. Have I got a bin bag, mate? You'll be in the bin later when Sancho slots it home for free. But that's at R4. How's you a riffing? You stayed up too late, mate. I seen a Twitch thing at 7 a.m. still going, so that about says it all. But yeah, I woke up out of the middle of nowhere. Goes on Twitter, you and Jordan still on. I was like, mate, this watch-along's in the bin. But yeah, Zhou Guanyu. Then we got the Alpines, a disappointing 12th and 13th place for them. You know, they'll be looking to make up positions and get back in the points. You know, they've got McLaren to beat in the Constructors' Championship. It's probably the most disappointing qualifying session they've had for a long time. You know, Alpine have been really strong. But yeah, faltering yesterday in Zandvoort. Outside the top 10, but I'd fancy him to come through and maybe, you know, nick a point, because you've got a couple of drivers ahead of him that are maybe maybe the Alpines will be quicker than. You've got this lady in black leather giving it the full beans on the Dutch national anthem. Fair play to her. She's probably someone really famous, I don't know. But yeah, she's giving it the full beans on the national anthem, and I'm telling you that Lance Stroll will start P10 in the Aston Martin. That's a good lap, a good performance from Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll gets a lot of hate, a lot of criticism. He's a pay driver, But Lance Stroll's not actually that bad. Lance Stroll deserves to be in Formula One, whether he's got the money or not, in my opinion. And it's a good lap, P10 for Lance Stroll. Can he scrape a point? Like I said the other week, with Aston Martin, if things go perfectly, the strategy's right, the driver gets it right, if things go their way, they can get a point or two. Lance Stroll, last few results has been like right on that cusp of points, 11th, 10th, 12th, 11th, right there. So Stroll will be fighting for that. Now, good performance by Yuki Tsunoda, who start P9 in the AlphaTauri. Obviously, beating Gasly, so AlphaTauri 9th and 11th, obviously it's not their year. AlphaTauri have had a struggle. They're down in 8th in Constructors. I think they're still stuck on like 27 points, 29 points. So it's not been a great year for AlphaTauri, but Yuki Tsunoda starting in the top 10. It's a good performance. It's one of the few times where this season where I've gone, oh, Yuki Tsunoda. That's what it's all about. You've got to produce that magic. I say this a lot. To be a Formula One driver, yeah, it's all right being consistent and but you've got to have that magic. You've got to have those moments where you go, oh, look at that. You've got to have those standout magic moments that the best drivers in the world produce. But yeah, a little bit of magic there. Yuki Tsunoda getting into... But then we get Mick Schumacher, my boy Mick Schumacher. And he's switching it on now. He knows there's a vacancy at Alpine. He knows there's a seat at Alpine. Mick Schumacher's switching it on now. He's switching it on. P8. He's got Kevin Magnussen, teammate, P18. Mick Schumacher, top 10. Let's go. He's switching it on. Mick Schumacher's had 18 months of his career in the sidelines, in the shadows, at the back, in the slowest car, not really doing anything ridiculous. Then, this season, mid-season, Austria, British Grand Prix, now he's switching it on. He's switching it on. Ocon wants Schumacher as his teammate as well. I mean, Ocon's not making the decisions, but Ocon would love Schumacher as his teammate. Oh, it's got to be a 5-10% chance. What if AlphaTauri don't let Gasly go? Could Mick go to Alpine? Oh, mate, I'd love it. It'd be tops off at dawn, mate. If Mick Schumacher gets that Alpine seat, it'd be absolutely buzzing. We'll see. If not, I just pray that he's in Formula One next year, man. Surely he's doing enough now. If he gets points today, surely he's proving to Gunter Steiner and the Haas CEOs and all the rest of it that... All the rest of it's like Neil Buttery, but all the rest of it that he's worthy enough to be in Formula One, not just because of his name, but because of his performances. Yeah, welcome Ernesto Dukinson. Is this Verstappen's third race of the season? Carl, he's crazy, isn't it? He's got the full fan support in Austria, the full fan support in Belgium, and obviously the full fan support in Holland. It's crazy, man. 3 home races, or 3 races where you've got massive, 99% of the support is crazy. You don't see many drivers like that. Obviously, Fernando Alonso in Spain, when he rocked up, it was massive. Everything in Spain was about Fernando Alonso, but Max Verstappen coming in with the fans. But yeah, the few of them were idiots yesterday throwing flares onto the circuit. Hopefully we don't have any of that today. There was a couple of flares being thrown on the track yesterday. Absolute nut jobs. But yeah, where was I up to? I was up to Lando Norris. He'll start P7. Obviously, doing bits in that McLaren, getting the absolute most of it. When you've got your teammate in the same car down in 17th and you're putting it P7, the real performance of the car is probably somewhere in the middle. So, you Lando Norris probably outperforming the car, Daniel Ricciardo underperforming in it. So, yeah, P7 for Lando Norris, getting the most of it as always, as Charles Leclerc having some weird spray shoved up his back. Worked that one out. I've never seen that in my life. 10 minutes till lights out. Well, 10 minutes till the formation lap at the Dutch Grand Prix. Everyone getting the lids on, getting the helmets on, getting in the cars. Charles Leclerc with the water spray up his back. New one on me. But yeah, Norris 7th, obviously getting the most of it. Now, Russell P6 was looking quick in qualifying, but the spin from Perez in the final corner kind of messed up Mercedes. And they may have had to back out of it, or when you see a car spun on the inside of the circuit next to the barrier, you ain't going to be giving it full beans with DRS open at 200 mile an hour around the final corner, are you? You're going to be a bit like, whoa, what's going on here? So yeah, and plus you get yellow flags and all the rest of it, and you've got to ease off because if you go faster you're going to get penalised anyway. So yeah, as soon as Perez spun, it was sort of game over for Mercedes. But P6, can he do anything from there? Obviously the cars in front of him are quick. But Russell will be hoping to fight for a podium today, as well as Sergio Perez, who'll start 5th. Seemed to be about 6/10 off his teammate. A good half a second off his teammate. Verstappen this weekend is Sergio Perez. Not looking like the strongest weekend he's ever going to have in his life. But Red Bull will be hoping that he can back up homeboy Max. Homeboy, make it sound like a gangster. But what I mean is he's racing at home. Homeboy Max. But yeah, Red Bull will be hoping that Perez can back up Verstappen. Perez starting P5. Lewis Hamilton starting P4. Now, could he have been in the fight for pole position? I believe he could have. I believe that, not that Lewis was robbed, but he was kind of robbed of a chance to fight for it. Whether he'd have got pole position, maybe not. Maybe just started 3rd anyway. But that Perez spin at the end of qualifying just robbed him of the chance to get it. And they'd be gutted for that because we were on it. Mercedes were looking a lot more competitive than they were in Belgium last week. They were well off the pace in quali. I think they were nearly 2 seconds off the pace in Belgium. They come here and they're barely 2/10 off the pace. So much more competitive. Is Lewis an outside chance for the win? I'd love to see it. I can't lie. I'd love to see it. Just because it brings a different flavour to this year. But I feel like one or two things would have to be a bit unusual for that to happen. But you never know with Formula 1. Just when you think it starts to get predictable, something unpredictable happens. Then we got Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari starting from P3. Decent. Obviously Ferrari looking a lot better this weekend as well. That's down to the track being shorter, tighter, twisty circuit. Obviously Spa. I mean, you could probably do 2 laps of this track and still not go the distance that they go in 1 lap of Spa. So Spa's a huge lap. This is much more tight and twisty, so the gaps are going to be smaller. So everyone looking a bit more competitive this weekend. Hopefully Verstappen hasn't got it easy. But it is Leclerc from P2 today. Beaten by 21 thousandths of a second was Charles Leclerc. In layman's terms, this much. Well, a little bit more than that much, but put it this way, it's extremely close. When you start getting into the thousandths of a second between the cars over a lap, over a 2.5 kilometre lap, yeah, it's pretty competitive out there. But Verstappen did clinch it. He did clinch it right at the death by the smallest of margins. So it is the boy racing at home, the reigning world champion, the current world championship leader, and dominating the championship by 93 points, Max Verstappen, who will start from pole. So that's a little rundown of the grid. Anto, welcome in. All right, Rob. F1, here we go. F1, here we go. Getting nervous. What about the football? I'm nervous about this. I want a good race. This is what I'm about for the next 2 hours. And then, when the dust has settled in Zandvoort, hey, that's quite a good analogy because there's loads of sand, you know what I mean? When the dust has settled, and there is a lot of dust. When the dust is settled in Zandvoort, then we move on to football. But for right now, football takes a massive backseat for me for a few hours. Whilst we see the best 20 drivers in the world drive the fastest 20 cars in the world round the best circuits in the world and find out who's the best. Let's go. We're 5 minutes away from lights out. We've got the theme tune on. Let's go. Now we're in full hype. If Leclerc leads into turn 1, I'd back that. But Ba, 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 ba. Volume up. Let's have it. Will the pigeons return? This is it, Carl. This is a big question ahead of Lights Out. The big question is, how many pigeons on the inside of the circuit at turn 7? In fact, that was actually a genuine problem yesterday, wasn't it? These fearless pigeons on the inside of the circuit at turn 7 were causing an absolute madness. Did you see the clip? There was a clip on Twitter from the Formula 2 race earlier on, and the pigeons were literally stood in the middle of the circuit. These F2 cars are going past 150 mile an hour. Pigeons, they don't give a damn, mate. They're just chilling in the middle of the circuit, giving it the old peck. I was like, yo. I mean, we've seen seagulls in Canada, but we've never seen the pigeons of Zandvoort before. Make a book out of that one. But yeah. We're a couple minutes from Lights Out now. Crofty's giving it the big one. Tarzan Corner. You learn something new every day. I did not know that turn 1 in Zandvoort was called Tarzan Corner. I mean, is he having a joke? Is this an in joke that I've missed out on? Tarzan Corner? I mean, that sounds pretty dead. But yeah, the bank corner of turn 3. They take the wide line in there, and then these are like the action points of the race. Into the chicane, turn 11 and 12. They've got a new gravel trap there. Oh yeah, they've got the hardest 3 tyres, which is weird. The C1, C2 and C3 tyres, which is really like, I don't get why they've brought the hardest 3 compounded tyres to Zandvoort, but that's a discussion for another day in some nerd office. It's clouded over today. I'll tell you what, it was a beautiful sunny day yesterday, but it's clouded over. Don't think there's any sign of rain. But yeah, Latifi 20th, Vettel 19th, Kevin Magnussen will start 18th, Daniel Ricciardo in the McLaren from 17th, Valtteri Bottas 16th, Alexander Albon in the Williams P15. Not bad. Zhou Guanyu beats his teammate, starts 14th. Fernando Alonso in the Alpine. Disappointing day yesterday for Alpine, and start 13th with Esteban Ocon 12th. Pierre Gasly in the AlphaTauri P11. Lance Stroll, Aston Martin P10. Not bad at all. Yuki Tsunoda, nice performance P9. Mick, come on Mick Schumacher from P8. Let's go. I'm not biased at all. Lando Norris P7. George Russell P6. Sergio Perez from P5. Lewis Hamilton from 4th on the grid. Can he win from there? Can he win? I'd love to see it. Carlos Sainz P3. I'd love to see a Sainz win as well. Or can Leclerc lead into turn 1? Leclerc from P2, separated by 21,000 a second over Max Verstappen, starts from pole position. It is a cloudy day in Zandvoort. It's really sort of hazy. Cloudy, hazy. I don't know what temperature it is. I don't think there's any sign of rain, but it is an overcast day. But we're on it. I wonder if they're related to the ducks on Midway. Yeah. Hey, listen, there's not many people know about the ducks on Midway Island. But now the 27 people watching this know about the ducks on Midway Island. And that's 27 people more than did. That's some bizarre knowledge. Right, anyway, we are a couple of minutes away now. We're going to start the formation lap any second now. Oh, Is the pole position on the outside? Yeah, the pole position's on the outside. This is not bad. This is not a bad scenario. Pole position being on the outside, I rate it. I mean, it's there because that's where the grip is. It's on the racing line, yada, yada, yada. But it means that if Leclerc gets a perfect little start, he's got the inside line into turn 1. He hasn't got the grip of the flipping racing line and all the rest of it. But if Leclerc nails a start, he can lead into turn 1. Not that I'm a Leclerc fan, but do we want Verstappen dominating every single race? Or do we want a bit of variation, please? But yeah, we're away for the formation lap now. You can hear the crowd's absolutely bouncing, like they're pulling away from the grid, and all you can hear in the back, doof, 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 Someone in the crowd's like on a massive rave, like they don't even care about F1. There's someone in the crowd just giving it the. It's like a big Orange Army party out here. Look at the fans, mate. I mean, is it dangerous not to be a Verstappen fan at this race? I feel like that would be kind of dodgy. Do you know what I mean? You'd feel like a United fan in a sea of City fans, or no, a day more dangerous than that. You'd feel like a United fan in the middle of a million Liverpool fans. If you were a Mercedes fan here today at this race, you'd be like, hey yo, there's a million Max Verstappen fans here. I better chill out, mate. Mate, you seriously overruled. Could you imagine if this Orange Army went to the Italian Grand Prix in Monza and went head to head with the Tifosi? The Tifosi's just a fancy word for Ferrari fans. But if the Dutch Army, the Orange Army, went over to Italy and went head to head with the Ferrari fans, oh mate, you'd be talking all out riots. It's probably be a bad idea, that, actually. I don't know why I suggested that. But yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there for the start. Come on, here we go, Sean. Are you ready? Morning, Sean. Morning, these Sean. Hey, you was on late as well, weren't you, with Carly and that? I seen a cheeky little... those streams are going till late. Just woke up, same here, Sean. I've woke up, sat down, switched the telly on and gone, how we doing? Nah, we'll be doing all right, David, then. Ernesto's in. So you're right. No, bro. Why is that a thing on this stream right now? We're 10 seconds away from the start of the race. I ain't talking about no one's writing up, bro. Are you trying to sabotage my channel here? I'll take your spanner off you, lad. Right, here we go. Nick De Vries in the Mercedes pit lane. Oh my god, here we go. Is Nick De Vries going to get that second Williams seat? Question mark. Right, here we go then. Nicholas Latifi's lined up on the grid. You got your man with the green flag at the back. He's waving that, and it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go on then, Charles Leclerc, leading to turn 1 of the 2022 Dutch Grand Prix is underway. It is looking like a good start from Leclerc, but Verstappen's covered him off immediately. Hamilton's already made up a place. Oh, Hamilton's down the inside. Oh, he's going to crash. Oh my god, that was so close between Hamilton and Sainz in turn 1. He literally nearly spun it, but it's Verstappen, Leclerc, Sainz. Hamilton's on an aggressive mode. I tell you what, Lando Norris has made up about 3 positions. Go on, the Lando Norris, the led. Where's Mick Schumacher in all of this? But it's Verstappen, Leclerc, Sainz, then Hamilton. Let's go. Oh, they're flipping. Kevin Magnussen out of shape in turn 6. But Lewis being hunted down by Sergio Perez. Then you've got Norris, Russell, and Aston Martin. That's Lance Stroll in about 7th. Let's go. Why is that not working? Wait there. There we go. We've got the live GPS on, guys. We've got the live GPS. Hope it works. We're trying it out. See if it works. But we're underway for the 2022 Dutch Grand Prix. And here we go. There's some Mick Schumacher's dropped from 8th to 10th. Come on, Mick. We've got the Alpha Tauri's fighting. Here comes Kevin Magnussen round the outside as Zhou Guanyu looking for the switchback. Oh, don't trip over each other, lads. But it is Verstappen from Leclerc, Sainz, Hamilton, Perez, Norris, Russell, Stroll, Ocon, Schumacher, Tsunoda, Gasly, Ocon, Zhou, Magnussen, Albon, Ricciardo, Vettel, Bottas and Latifi remains at the back at the end of lap 1. No, I'm here. Sorry, that I think it glitched out. Apologies if it glitched out, guys. Apologies if it glitched out. Hey, yo, why does my internet always fail when we're on the race? But yeah, apologies if it glitched out. It should be back on now. Apologies. Yeah, GPS took him off. No, we're cool. We're back on, I think. Are we back now? We're back now. Yeah, so it is Verstappen. Leclerc's less than a second behind him. Sainz less than a second behind him. You got Hamilton, P4, Perez 5th, Norris, Russell all over the back of Lando Norris for P6. Yeah, all good now. Cheers. Sorry about that, guys. The internet just decided I'll just switch off and back on again. I'll do a reset on lap 2 of the Dutch Grand Prix, just for the hell of it. So yeah, apologies for that. Replay of the start then. Yeah, welcome in, Tax. Replay on the start. Oh, I'll tell you what. Oh, I tell you what, that with Lewis and Carlos Sainz there in turn one, that was. I tell you what, I need to see that on board with Lewis Hamilton, because that was. I thought it was going to spin. I thought they've made contact. Here we go. They've listened to me. We need to see it on board with Lewis Hamilton. And we are seeing it on board with Lewis Hamilton. Into turn one, right? So he's defending from Perez. And then he's dived down the inside. The Ferrari. Oh, mate. He brushes the side pod of that Ferrari. Look at the Mercedes garage. He's like that. Yo, that's so close there. From big contact between Hamilton and Sainz, he brushes the side pod and just gets away with it by the skin of his teeth, literally. Lando Norris round the outside of George Russell. The battle of the Brits there in 5th and 6th. Well, 6th and 7th. And here's a replay with Kevin Magnussen, who just tries to chuck it. Oh my God, how has he not got damage from that? Yeah, Kevin Magnussen just tries to launch it into turn 2 like he's in a quali spec, and the back end goes, nah, not about that. Meanwhile, while we're looking at replays, George Russell has overtaken Lando Norris into P6. The thing is, Carl, he kind of did smash into the wall, but got away with it. Like, it was the fact that Magnussen's still in the race is kind of on the luckier end of the scale. I'll say that much. But yeah, obviously down in P20. I don't know if he's done a pit stop. But wow, sort of brushed it. Yeah, I mean, you've seen cars disintegrate from less of a contact than that. But I tell you something for nothing. These two Ferraris, Leclerc especially. I've been caught off guard here. There is a mention of rain. There is a mention of rain. Please bring me the rain. Let's go for the rain dance. I'll be pulling a rain dance on here because that really spiced it up. We don't know if it's going to be. To me, it did look overcasting. It looked heavy and like muggy and like. It does look ripe for rain. It does look ripe for rain. I ain't gonna lie, but I didn't dare mention it because I thought, nah, I'm getting carried away. But apparently, there's a chance. It's like that meme. So you're saying there's a chance? Purple rain. Ooh, this is what we need, innit, Sean? Schumacher win can still happen. Listen, the Schumacher win can always happen. But if Schumacher wins, I mean, no, it ain't going to happen. You know, if Mick finishes top 6, it's a heroic. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, back to the real racing then. And Lewis Hamilton with DRS all over the back of Carlos Sainz. Lewis looking quick in the Mercedes. 4 seconds off the lead. Leclerc, crucially, just outside of that DRS range now, Max Verstappen. The gap's 1.1 seconds between Verstappen and Leclerc. Obviously, to get the DRS, you've got to be within a second of the car in front. So Leclerc just on the boundary of that. They've dropped Carlos Sainz by 3.5 seconds. And Lewis is all over the gearbox of that Ferrari for P3. Hamilton on the mediums as well, interestingly. There's soft tyres already going off halfway through lap 6. Really? Why is it snowing on the GPS? Oh, because the whole website is white. But I've tried to cut the white out. But if I take the white off the background, it removes near enough everything. But yeah, I would try it. I've tried to sort that out, but it's not really sort outable. So we're just going to have snow every week, innit? You know what I mean? Snow every week on the Grand Prix circuit. That's what we want. But yeah, they have got a new graphic on the screen. It does look like something out of a Formula 1 game. Not the biggest fan of that, if I'm going to tell you the truth. But yeah, Carlos is struggling. Hamilton within DRS on the medium tyres. So the majority of people are started on the soft tyre, but the Mercedes is not looking bad for Mick, actually. Mick is on the medium. So both Mercedes, Lando Norris and Mick Schumacher, or both Haas, and Alexander Albon and the Williams on the medium. So you've only got 6 cars on the mediums. 2 of them are Mercedes. Everyone else on the soft. So the top 3 on the soft tyre. And are they already starting to go off on lap 7? Back from my timeout. Who timed you? Back from my timeout, finally. I don't even get involved in that, so I don't even know who signed you out, bro. But welcome back a ways, you little trouble causer. That's funny, that. Hey, that's comment of the day, that, so far. I'm back from my timeout, finally. I didn't even know you were timed out. That's what makes it funny. But Tsunoda and Gasly are fighting over P11. There's Fernando Alonso's all over the back of it. Ocon's had a good start. Ocon from 12th to 9th. So Esteban Ocon up three positions. Fernando Alonso remains 13th from where he started from. Yeah, who are the big gainers? Stroll's up 2. Stroll obviously started 10th, now running 8th. So Stroll up 2, Schumacher down 2. Oh my God, what's happened there? Oh, he's not been slung again, has he? What did he say? All I can see is message deleted. Oh, no. Oh, ways. I'm not in control of this. Ways, I'll sort it out after the race, innit? Just remind me, message me or something. I don't know what you said. But Leclerc with the fastest lap then. We're on board with Fernando's helmet cam this weekend. He's still stuck in 13th place behind the 2 Alpha Tauris, 11th and 12th. Mick P10, but with the medium tyres. Is this the better strategy, being on the mediums? No reports of any rain at the moment. Nice, Chris, love that song. Oh, what, Purple Rain? Oh, hell of a song, that, innit? That's a heck of a song. But yeah, Verstappen leads now. He's pulling away from Leclerc, 1.8 seconds between the two now. You know, Leclerc was putting the pressure on early doors, but Verstappen seems to have held him off, and now the gap's 1.8. They've dropped Sainz by 6 seconds. Sainz 6.3 seconds off the lead now in P3. Hamilton still within DRS of Carlos Sainz for 3rd. Perez a second and a half behind Hamilton, and then Russell, Norris P7, Stroll P8, Esteban Ocon from 12th to 9th, and Mick Schumacher P10 in the final points paying position at the moment. But here we go, Fernando Alonso versus Pierre Gasly, and Alonso round the outside, sparks in his face, the full lot. And but Fernando Alonso up to P12 then, goes round the outside of Pierre Gasly, under braking into turn 1, and Zhou Guanyu fancies a look at this battle as well. Zhou Guanyu right up behind the AlphaTauri now. Russell Team Radio, track is green, think I'm gonna rubber up a lot. Yeah, Russell reporting that there's not a lot of grip on circuit at the moment. But here we go for a replay then of Fernando Alonso. Gasly going the defensive line. I tell you what, the sparks as Fernando Alonso swooped past Pierre Gasly then. He was being naughty. What did he say? Oh God. Oh God. What is going on? Chrissy's being. I know what you ways on the noise, Dev. Oh my god, bro. I'm not getting involved in any of that. I'm watching the race. But Fernando Alonso already on the back of Yuki Tsunoda then for 11th, as we're watching Hamilton still on the back of Carlos Sainz, but just can't get close enough to make a move at the moment. We're on lap 11 of 72. Yeah, Lewis can follow closer this year with the new regulations. Kevin Magnussen then versus Nicholas Latifi into turn one. Oh, he was flipping. That was on bar. Yeah. Latifi with the switchback. Yeah, Kevin went for the full lunge, but very wide on the exit, and Latifi gets the switchback and gets back past Kevin Magnussen. But Magnussen's passed him anyway now. Vettel P20 and last. I don't know if he's done a pit stop. We're looking at Lewis Hamilton there. He is close behind Carlos Sainz into turn one. Looks closer than ever between Sainz and Hamilton now. Here comes Fernando Alonso and Yuki Tsunoda into turn one. Oh, it's side by side, and Fernando Alonso gets the move done. It's nice and clean in the end from Fernando Alonso up into P11. Alpine making moves. Oh. Ricciardo's in the pits. Yeah, so Vettel is the first man to pit, and people are reacting to that now. So Gasly's in and Ricciardo's in. Yeah, this is early. Lap 12 of 72, and people are diving into the pit lane out to get those soft tyres off. And look at this, Lewis with DRS on Carlos Sainz down the back straight into turn 12. Are you doing the stream with Denver? Yes, I am, Jordan. I'm going on Denver's channel about 4:15, something like that, for Arsenal v Man United. Well, Man United v Arsenal. United at home. Yeah, so we're going straight from the Formula 1 to the football this afternoon. A double whammy. So yes, soft tyres aren't it. I don't think they're it, are they, Carl? I don't think they're it. No, I don't think they're it. Which makes me think, are the Mercedes on for a good position? Are they on for a good finish here, Mercedes? On the medium, Norris as well on the mediums. Mick Schumacher on the mediums. Alonso's in the pits. Alonso's pitting, and Zhou Guanyu. Alonso on the hard tyres. Alonso has been handed a set of the hard tyres. He's trying a one-stop. Are Alpine going for the long game this afternoon in Zandvoort? It looks like it. Latifi 15th. Hey, Latifi's still on for the win. Yeah, Lewis is looking closer. They're coming out of the final corner. Hamilton and Sainz. Come on. Come on, Lewis. He's not going to be near enough in the braking zone. He gets close down into turn one. If that straight was a bit longer. Yeah, but Carlos has got him held off at the moment. There's half a second between Sainz and Hamilton. For P3. Verstappen's got a 2.5 second lead now. Oh, Schumacher's in the pits. Please be a clean stop. As Yuki Tsunoda pits as well. Oh, they pit at an angle. Is that normal? The pit box being at like a... What's going on with Mick? Mick Schumacher with a problem in the pits. He's lost 8 seconds. Why, when it's always going well, do they manage to fuck it up? Oh, that's just great, that, innit? P18. Oh, they've wrecked it then. Oh, they've wrecked it then. Oh, Haas mechanics. He was in the points paid. Oh, Mick's dusted, mate. Why does this... Oh, they're flipping Sergio Perez running over wires and stuff. Oh, Sainz has had a nightmare as well. Oh, it's all kicking off in the pit stops here. Yeah, flipping Sergio Perez running over the cables in the pit lane. What's going on? Sainz has had an absolute nightmare as well. This is gifting Mercedes positions, this. We need to see a replay of this. I was still moaning about Mick Schumacher's disaster. What's going on there with Sainz and Perez? Flipping Checo running over the cables and that. Yeah, let's have a look at this. I was still on a Mick Schumacher rant. Let's have a look at this. Weird that the pit boxes are at an angle. Oh, they ran over a wheel gun. Yeah, Perez has hit a wheel gun. What's happened with... Because are the pit boxes always at an angle like that? It's the first time I'm noticing that the pit boxes are at like a 10-degree angle. What in the hell has gone on here? Oh, Carlos Sainz and the guy just walking out with the tyre. No, God. Ferrari in the bin again. Ferrari with the comedy of errors. Someone is going to make a meme out of the fact that Sainz is sat there and some guy runs out with the tyre. Like, bro, you're going to be ready for that. That's actually... Ferrari are just... Continue to make mistakes. Pit lane incident involving car 24. Zhou Guanyu noted speed in the pit lane. Oh, Zhou Guanyu's going to get a penalty for that. You can't speed in the pit lane. GG's. Ferrari again. What are they doing, Carl? How is Mattia Binotto still at the head of this shit show? How is Mattia Binotto in charge of this still? Like, at what point do you go, we need to make a change? They sacked Maurizio Arrivabene. Why? Because he battled for the championship and narrowly lost out to a dominant Mercedes and come second, so they sacked Arrivabene for this man. Are you mad? You're sacking Maurizio Arrivabene for Mattia Binotto. Sacking Pep Guardiola and putting Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in charge. Are you mad? Mick Schumacher's fighting Lance Stroll here. He's round the outside. Let's go, Mick. Let's go, Mick. Oh, he's fighting Vettel. He was fighting Vettel for 16th. I tell you what, why they messed up Mick Schumacher's race? Speed in the pit lane. If you speed in the pit lane, you're done. Well, you're getting a penalty for that. Tyres are not great, says Charles Leclerc. The Ferrari are in the pits. Yeah, Leclerc has drifted. 5 seconds is the gap between Verstappen and Leclerc. And Leclerc is in the pits now. Ollie would do a better job than Binotto. He would. Ollie at the wheel. Ollie at the... That actually works better, doesn't it? Ollie at the wheel, Dylan. Oh, he's better suited to this sport, is he not? 2 trailer park girls go around the outside. What a tune. What a tune. Bringing out the M&M. Yeah, Sean, appreciate it. If you are new to the stream, you've never watched me before, drop a like. We're live for every single quali, every single race. Come on. We have a laugh, we have a bit of fun. And we watch the Formula 1. So get in. Ways make me mad before I get slung. Oh, mate, I would do, but I ain't about to get into the menus right now. We're doing pit stops. Just seen on Twitter, apparently they didn't have a left rear tyre. They didn't, Jordan. I seen him running out with it, lad. He was mid pit stop and some guy ran out. Oh, do you need one of these? Yes, we need one of those on the car 5 seconds ago. How are they not ready? How are they not ready? Verstappen pits from the lead. On lap 19 of 72. Only for football. Yeah. Sure knows when to troll and when not to, you know. Hamilton leads from George Russell then, but obviously they're yet to pit. Verstappen comes out of the pits easily in third place. It's Leclerc. Ocon hasn't pitted yet. Up to P5 at the moment. Albon top 7. Let's go. Obviously it's got to all work itself out. Half the pack has stopped, half hasn't. And as I say that, Ocon is in the pits. So Alpine going for the long game, it looks like. Or Alpine got to be trying the one stop strategy, going straight into the hard tyres. Alonso ahead of Ocon then. So Alonso P10, Ocon P11 at the moment. Mercedes pitted. No, they haven't. No. Mercedes have not pitted yet. Professional. Well, not really professional, ever laughing it. But yeah, Alpine on a different strategy to basically everyone else apart from Lando Norris. I think Lando Norris has pitted and gone from the mediums to the hards. Oh, look at this. For the Ferrari having to replace wheel guns after Sergio Perez ran over it. It's been a few years since I've seen an incident like that in the pit lane. But yeah, Carlos Sainz cruising up to the back of Alexander Albon, who's yet to stop up in P6. Is Alex right now. Stays out, but he's going to get absolutely done here by Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. DRS open. Nice move. Sainz up to 6th. Oh, Alex had a fancied a look round the outside there. Red Bull sabotaging. Yeah, running over the wheel gun on purpose. No, that would be next level. It is, Lee. It is. The Ferrari it's just a comedy of errors at Ferrari. Here's the replay of the Carlos Sainz pit stop. Yeah, they take the left rear tire off, and then they just stood there waiting, mate. What the hell, bro? I can't believe that. At this level, this is the pinnacle of motorsport. Perez running over the wheel. Oh, God. The pinnacle of motorsport, and you haven't got 4 tyres ready when you're coming for a pit stop. Oh, Vettel has had contact with Zhou Guan Yu. Wow. Or was it Bottas? Well, Vettel's had contact with one of the Alfa Romeos. Alfa Romeo is lucky to get away with that without a puncture. There's a penalty for Zhou. Oh, there will be a penalty for Zhou. I don't know if they've put the graphic up yet, but yeah, it shows it's a slam dunk if you're speeding in the pit lane. Hamilton for the win. Is Denver awake yet? Yeah, he was in chat before, but I don't think he's in the best condition. He's probably had about 2 hours sleep or something. So I don't think he's firing on all cylinders, Denver, but he is alive. He is alive somewhere, yeah. Hamilton for the win, yeah, Sean. They've not pitted yet, so even though Hamilton does lead at the moment, he has got a pit, as has George Russell, and Verstappen's cruising up to the back. I tell you what, Max Verstappen effectively has got 15 seconds on the Mercedes, really. He's 15 seconds ahead of the Mercedes, really. And he's 5.5 seconds in front of Leclerc, so yeah, Mercedes yet to pit, but they might be on different strategies. We'll see how it all pans out. Lando Norris with the DRS as Alexander Albon finally pits. He was as high as P6, but now pits. Does the Williams of Alexander Albon. Make it a clean stop, guys. Alex could be on for a cheeky point. Onto the mediums. Brand new shiny set of medium tyres for Alexander Albon. He's going to come out of the pits P16. And Vettel versus Daniel Ricciardo for 17th. Daniel Ricciardo is still languishing at the back. And what can you do? What can you do if you're Daniel Ricciardo? You still do Man United Arsenal? Yeah, I hope so. He'll do it, yeah. Of course he'll do it, Lewis. What state he'll be in is a different question. Will he be live? He'll be live. Who would you pick first, Hamilton or Russell? Well, usually the protocol is to pick the lead driver first. So because it's optimal to do that. So if you're in the leading of the pair, you get the preference. That's how Mercedes seem to have done it in the past. So you'd be looking to see Lewis in first from the lead, and then probably George the next lap. I don't think they'll risk double stacking it, even though they could with a 3.8 second gap. In theory, they could double stack it, but by double stack I mean pit them on the same lap. But they probably won't risk that. They'll probably do Lewis and then George the next lap. But we'll see. They're obviously staying out quite a bit longer than Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez, and Sainz. So I don't know if Mercedes are trying to squeeze out a one-stop strategy and the other guys are going to be on a 2. It's too early to say. Yeah, Merc might go on hards. Yeah, Merc might go the one-stop route and go medium to hard like the Alpines. Yeah. And Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez, Sainz likely to be on a 2-stop, going soft, medium, potentially. But we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. But you might be right, Carl. Yeah, they might go on hard tyres. Now, this is the thing. So Verstappen is cruising up to the back of George Russell. 2.6 seconds is the gap. Obviously, Russell and Hamilton have got to pit. But if Russell, they're saying this on Sky right now, if Russell can hold Verstappen up, it could massively benefit Lewis. If they are in a different strategy, if Mercedes are going for the one-stop, Verstappen will likely have to pit again. You're probably not going to get a set of mediums 50 laps in, are you? But yeah, the gap is 2 seconds between Verstappen and Russell now. Verstappen closing in at like a second a lap at the moment. It's replay with Lewis Hamilton then, and a slow motion. Yeah, Hamilton's tyres don't look too bad, actually. I think Russell can hold Verstappen. Potentially. Maybe that's the plan. Maybe as soon as Verstappen overtakes Russell, Russell pits. We've seen that as a general kind of theme over the years. Our Mercedes at the ready then. It's lap 25 out of 72. Mercedes run 1 and 2 but are yet to stop. The Red Bull Ferrari in 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th have all pitted. Lando Norris has pitted as well, going onto the hard tyres. So our McLaren looking at the one-stop as well with Lando. Alpine looking at the one-stop with Alonso and Ocon in 9th and 10th at the moment. We've got Lance Stroll still up there in P8 doing a good job. Safety car could come. This is it. I could run faster than all these. I'll be lap 30 already. Bro, you probably shiesty and find some frame rate glitch and go through the circuit. You be running 200 frames a second, Sean, and you go through the circuit. Yeah, Verstappen is looking quick now. Closing up to the back of George Russell. Got less than 2 seconds. I mean, the saying about George holding up Max. But Max could literally just turn up, get DRS and just swoop past down the straight. Easy. Like candy from a baby. But we'll see. Show him run back and forth there with the start line. Yeah, timing glitch. He probably would. Yeah, so everybody's stopped apart from the two Mercs now. So the Mercedes leading duo are the only cars yet to pit. Good afternoon, Neil. Verstappen win race and Arsenal win. Hey, Neil, I'll be on with Denver. We're doing a dual commentary on the on Man United Arsenal at R4. So join us for that one, Neil. That'll be interesting. But for now, we're lap 27 of 72, the Dutch Grand Prix, and Verstappen is catching up, but it is looking nice for Mercedes. This Mercedes are running a good strategy here. I mean, how this is going to pan out, this is getting like a 4D chess, this. How this is going to pan out is going to be very interesting. Mercedes obviously stretching out the stint, trying to pull a one-stop out of the bag. Verstappen must be on a two-stop. It's going to be interesting how this all plays out. Take your tissues. Oh, mate. We'll get into the football later. We could have football banter all afternoon once this is finished, Neil. Verstappen round the outside of George Russell, and that was it. He just rocked up to the back as soon as he got DRS. Max Verstappen, it was easy move on George Russell, and Verstappen takes second off the Mercedes of George Russell on lap 28. I think George will pit now. I think they'll pit George now. I know I said about the protocol of you pit the leading driver and all the rest of it, but I think they pit George now. Are you drinking tonight? Oh, we'll see, Jordan. I don't know about that. I think probably not. Come on, United. Yes, Lee. That's for later on, though. No, Chris, I ain't signing up for that. I ain't down a pipe for nobody. But yeah, Verstappen swoops around the outside of George Russell. And Hamilton staying out for another lap then. So they haven't pitted Lewis. Daniel Ricciardo's in again. And George stays out for another lap. How long are Mercedes going to go? Yeah, how can Lewis win this? I don't think so. The thing is, how long can Lewis stay out there? The gap between Hamilton and Verstappen for the lead is 2.3 seconds now. Verstappen closing in. Cheers, Neil. Yeah, we've got live GPS now. We've got all the stats on, all the data on. So we're stepping up the game, Neil. You know, we've got to doing the best I can with regards to the stream and, you know, see where we end up. Show mode. We're on snow mode, aren't we, Sean? You didn't know it was snowing at Zandvoort, did you? One going in. Here we go, yeah, Mercedes are out in the pits lane for Lewis Hamilton. Pits from the lead. So Lewis is in. Are they going to put the hards on? I think it's the hard tyres. Yeah, so it's hard tyres going on. Of course, it is a one-stop strategy for Mercedes. And let's see how all this pans out. Could Lewis be in the fight for the victory this afternoon? Could we have a scenario of Hamilton versus Verstappen for the race win today? Where's it going to compare to Leclerc? This is like a big game of chess this today. You know, this is all about strategy today in Zandvoort. Yes, snow mode. Now, I can't get rid of the white background. It is what it is. When was Russell on softs? Yeah, I think that graphic is wrong. I think that graphic on screen on the TV is wrong. They're saying Russell on the softs. But yeah, it's now Verstappen from Russell, Leclerc, Perez, Hamilton, Sainz, top 6. Russell yet to pit though. And we're looking at the battle for P12 between Pierre Gasly and Zhou Guanyu. AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo were battling in Belgium as well. I think it was the other two drivers. I think it was Tsunoda and Zhou. Were battling the closing stages. They seem evenly matched on race pace to AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo at the moment. Verstappen win. Hamilton spits his dummy out again. We will see. But yeah, Max is obviously looking strong. The thing is about this season, Neil, is Mercedes haven't really had the car to fight Max and Red Bull this season, but they're just at the point where they're just about catching up now. They're getting to the point where Mercedes have almost caught up. So it's getting interesting, because Ferrari are there or thereabouts, but we could be in a situation where the last 7 or 8 races of the season is really competitive and we could have 6 cars fighting for the win. Here goes, whoa, Zhou having a look at Gasly there for 12th. Had a look, but didn't go for the move in the end. It remains Gasly 12th, Zhou 13th. And Mercedes getting ready in the pit lane for George Russell. So George Russell going to be boxing right now. So Russell pits from P2. And yeah, Lewis looking quick on the timing screens. Lewis has gone purple sector 2. Yeah, Carl. Lewis looking quick. Who's that coming down the back straight there? To potentially get past... Oh, it's... is he a lap down? Did Nicholas Latifi a lap down? I was thinking, is that an Alpine bombing down the straight there? But it's... no, it's Latifi a lap down, so... Nothing to worry about for George Russell. Comes back out into the race, P5. So it is now, after pretty much one stop for everybody. I mean, you've got Ricciardo doing 2 stops and stuff like that, well out of the race. But yeah, after one stop, we've got Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez, Hamilton, Russell, Sainz, top 6. But this is subject to change. Hamilton and Russell on the one-stop strategy. This is a 4D chess game today, this. And is Lewis in contention? It depends his pace now. Wow. Lewis a lot quicker than Max at this stage of the race. Lap 33 is 72, so we're just about getting half race distance in a couple of laps. Sorry if the GPS thing is a bit glitchy at the minute. I don't know what's going on with it, but hopefully it sorts itself out. I'll go down to the team technical mechanical engineers. Exactly. It's a battle between the teams, and then they put the fastest drivers they can behind the wheel, and it's all a big collaboration of driver and team. So I don't buy that anyone says, oh, it's all what car they're in. Nope, they've got to put a good driver in there as well to make all their hard work worthwhile. It's not all the driver either. The driver gets all the plaudits and all the money and all the plaudits and all the recognition, but the team behind him. 800 staff at Mercedes build that car. I don't know how many staff are at the other teams, but it's a big operation. 800 people to build 2 cars, and you put the glory on one man. It's kind of mad. But it is a technical battle. It is an engineering excellence. But yeah, it's Verstappen from Leclerc by 8 seconds. Perez 7 seconds behind that, but Lewis looking quick. Lewis only 2.2 seconds behind Sergio Perez now for P3. Yeah, Hamilton closing in rapid on Sergio Perez for third. As we see a replay of Schumacher versus Bottas. Whoa, they nearly collide there. Mick locking up his brakes and nearly swiping Bottas out of the race. Only just about got away with that one. Flipping. Mick Schumacher pits then from 17th. I mean, they messed up his... We didn't even see a replay of... Oh, that was a slow stop again. We didn't even see what happened in Mick Schumacher's first pit stop. But apparently he was delayed by 8 seconds. Just absolutely ruined it. You know, Mick started 8th. He was down to 10th. I was thinking, can he fight for points? Pit stop. Game over. He's going to be down, languishing at the bottom. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. Leclerc team radio. What, so Ferrari going on to plan D, or what? The Leclerc team radio, Ferrari telling him, we don't believe we can do plan C. You know, what? How far down the alphabet are they getting here? I think McLaren in Spa got to like plan G. We are commencing plan G. Plan G? You know, it's going to be like flipping plankton out of SpongeBob. Plan Z. It's lemon scented. I mean, like, how many plans can you remember? I think if you get beyond plan C, it's gone wrong, hasn't it? You know, if you're going plan C isn't working, something's gone wrong somewhere along the line. It ain't a good day, is it? It's not a good day for the strategists if you're having to go onto the team radio to your driver and go, plan C isn't working. But here comes Lewis Hamilton versus Sergio Perez down the back straight. Hamilton trying round the... Oh, Perez is locked up. They nearly crash. Oh, Hamilton's still round the outside. Perez shoves him out. And Perez keeps the P3. Oh, that was so close to drama between Perez and Hamilton there. Perez locking up the tyres. Lewis, luckily enough, or it was aware enough to steer out of that one and avoid the collision. But Hamilton was going round the outside. Oh, literally millimetres in it. Hamilton and Perez almost colliding at turn 1 there. Perez keeps the position for now, but Lewis is looking rapid. I was talking about Ferrari being on plan D, and all of a sudden Lewis, with the DRS, was going for the move on Sergio Perez. Here he goes again then. I think he's going to get him into turn 12. Here comes Lewis with the DRS then. Perez going defensive. Hamilton round the outside again. Oh, careful, guys. Perez still keeps the position. The crowd goes mad in the background. He's got to get him down the next straight. This is getting dangerous. Here they go then round the last couple of corners. Hamilton all over the back of that Red Bull. He's going to get DRS now. He's got to get the move done now. Is Perez going to go defensive? Perez does go defensive. It's Hamilton round the outside. They're in the braking zone and just about ahead. Lewis Hamilton takes Sergio Perez and moves up into P3. Vettel's coming out of the pits. He's in the way. Vettel, get out of the way. Perez is going to come back at Hamilton. Perez dives down the inside. He's side by side. Oh, Hamilton holds on. Sebastian Vettel causing chaos there. Vettel, get out of the way, man. Oh, this Hamilton battle. But Hamilton and Perez. Oh, it's still, the battle rages on. Sebastian Vettel has caused... If I'm Lewis Hamilton there, I am absolutely fuming at Vettel. Absolutely fuming at Vettel there. Look at the state of this. So, we're on for a replay. And Hamilton swoops round the outside. It's a nice, clean move from Lewis Hamilton. Round the outside of Sergio Perez. Just... judges it perfectly. They come out of turn 1 and there's Sebastian Vettel out of the pits. What? I tell you what, if I'm Lewis, I'm for you. Oh, look, he's looking around the outside, doesn't go for it. Perez down the inside. Fucking madness. That's what Russell should have done. That is what Russell should have done. And then he plans his Demcast, yeah. Demcast 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I'm on A1 just after Z. Oh, Carl, what was he doing? Oh, no, no, no. You've already got Formula E, Neil. Formula One are going for 100% sustainable fuel, whatever that means. No, I'm going to say Formula One will go down a different route. You've already got Formula E. If you want to watch all electric cars, which is as dead as a dodo, they've got Formula E. And it is tragic. So, yeah, no, we stick to the Formula One. I'm not about watching scale electric cars go around, Neil. I don't know about you, but scale electric cars isn't the one for me. Oh, we're going to get a repeat of this. Here comes Russell on Perez now. Mercedes have got the strategy. Perez goes defensive and Russell round the outside, and it's a nice move as well. Russell overtakes Perez then, so Hamilton and Russell up to third and fourth now. How is this going to play out? I tell you what, Mercedes coming in with the big brain today. Mercedes coming in with big brain moves today in Zandvoort and can take the fight to Max Verstappen. Whether they beat Max, we'll see. But they're giving it a go. They're going alternate. They're going against the grain, and they're trying to beat him on a 4D chess. Big brain moves today. Lap 39 of 72. We're into the second half of the race now. Alpit. They're asking Max about the tyres. Doesn't feel spectacular, says Max Verstappen, about the medium tyres. But they are 21 laps old, Max. Probably not feeling as fresh as the day is new. Doesn't Formula E have fan boost? Oh, Carl. Something like that. Yeah, it's not. I'm not about that. I'm not about that. Formula E is not the one. But yeah, lap 40 out of 72 in the Dutch Grand Prix. It's Verstappen who leads Leclerc by 10 seconds. Hamilton closing in on Charles Leclerc now. The gap was 10 seconds, now 8.5. Hamilton to Leclerc. George Russell P4. Perez P5. Carlos Sainz has had an anonymous race. P6. Oh no, Sainz had the big pit stop drama where they only bought 3 tyres out for the pit stop. Is my camera gone blurry? We're in 240p. Let me switch off these lights. We don't need these lights. It causes a. There we go. Are we refocused, guys? Are we refocused? I feel like I was filming from a potato there for a couple of minutes. Apologies for that. We don't need the fairy lights on, do we? Ryan Rooney's in. Yes, Ryan. Are you reckon of winning this? Latifi. It's between Verstappen and maybe Mercedes can strategy the hell out of it. But Max is looking strong. Obviously, Max. Hasn't been a bad race. No, it hasn't at all. We've had a few dramas along the way. We have had a few dramas. But it is Verstappen from 10 seconds. Hamilton 7 seconds behind Leclerc now. I tell you what, Perez is not having a great time of it. Perez with another pit stop. I'm still in Mexico. I haven't been in Mexico for a year, Ryan. Yeah, the hard tyre is the one to be on. The one-stop, you know, Mercedes pulling a one-stop strategy out of the bag, as well as Alpine, and that's really catching out. I just wonder where Lewis can end up here. 30 laps to go in the Dutch Grand Prix. Russell purple sector 1. I mean, I think Mercedes are on for a second and third here. Whether they can beat Max, I don't know, but I think they might be on for a second and third here, Mercedes, which again is like making the most out of it. Making the most out of it. I mean, you're almost there with the spelling of that a ways. You know, I'll give you a good B+ for trying to spell that. It is a difficult one. It's not the easiest. Party Martinelli. Oh God, we're talking about football halfway through the Dutch Grand Prix. That's for Denver's channel. We'll leave the football on Denver's channel. Is Red Bull on a one-stop? Nope. If Verstappen tries to eke this out, he's going to be caught up. I mean, they might go for that. Perez on the fresh hard tyres now with fastest lap on the back of Lando Norris for P6. I just wonder whether... No, because the gap between Verstappen and Hamilton is, what, 15 seconds? Verstappen isn't going to eke that out. Oh, flipping Ferrari on plan C or D or something. Leclerc is Leclerc going to try and eke it out to the end of the race and take a set of medium tyres 50 laps plus? I don't know about that. It seems a bit of a risk. Yeah, Sean. Sean's right. We've got a full afternoon of football after this, guys. I know you're a lot of football fans, but yeah, we're on a different sport on here. Here comes Sainz. Here comes Perez versus Norris, and Perez dives up the inside and takes P5. So Perez up to P5 then. Sainz is in the pits and Tsunoda's out. Tsunoda's out. Tsunoda's stopped. Oh, this now. Oh, the tyre's not fitted. Oh, you get in big trouble for that if the tyre's not on properly. Right, so they're going to throw a safety car here. So Tsunoda's stopped to the side of the circuit, and this throws everything into disarray. Right, hold on to your caps here. I do not know how this is going to play out, but this has just turned the race on its head. Lap 45 of 72, the race is officially turned on its head. Oh, Tsunoda's carrying out. Tsunoda's carrying on. Oh, what? He's carried on. He's put it in first gear and carried on. Forget all what I just said. Forget about the safety car. Green flag, track clear. And Tsunoda's just decided, oh yeah, all four wheels are on. Obviously, he feels like there's a wheel loose. I feel like Tsunoda thinks there's a wheel loose. And so he's pulled over. And then the team have told him, no, it's fine, carry on. So he's carried on, but I think front left. Did he? Front left, supposedly. Loose on Yuki Tsunoda's car. I don't know, mate, but usually when you see someone pulled over and off the side of the circuit, you very rarely do you see him continue after that. Yeah, that's a very unusual scenario to stop and then carry on. But Yuki Tsunoda has carried on, and Charles Leclerc pits for a set of hard tyres then. So Leclerc will at least be jumped by the Mercedes guys. Where's Perez? Here comes the lapped battle of... Oh, it's Vettel versus Schumacher. It's Vettel versus Schumacher for 15th. They've got to be careful. I need a coffee. I might need a coffee before the match later. Staffen pitting sides unlucky. Yeah, I'm confused as well, Carl. Because Tsunoda was out briefly. But he's carried on. He's back in the pits now. Oh, they've put a hard tyre on the... Oh, they've put different compounder tyres on it. Oh, is his seatbelt loose? Is Yuki Tsunoda's seatbelt loose? Oh, maybe he started to get out of the car. Maybe he loosened his seatbelts to get out of the car. And then they told him, no. The wheels are fine, carry on. So they've got to tell... I mean, Tsunoda's race is in the bin. He's going to be able to carry on. He's on the soft tyres, but... I mean, Tsunoda... Well, it's a mess for Yuki Tsunoda. If you're a Yuki Tsunoda fan, no, it ain't the one. It ain't the one today in Zandvoort. It's a 32-second pit stop for Yuki Tsunoda, having already stopped out on circuit for a good 30 seconds. So, oh, he's still slow. Stop. So Yuki Tsunoda, they've sent him back out. He's still got a problem. He's creeping round at 30 mile an hour. Where's he going to... Now, what's he going to do? Is he going to creep all the way back round to the pits at 30 mile? No, he's going to pull off here. Right, so now Yuki Tsunoda's definitely out of the race, right? What an absolute shambles by AlphaTauri this is. I ain't gonna lie. What an absolute mess of a 3 minute period this has been for AlphaTauri and Yuki Tsunoda. He stopped. He undid his seatbelts. He carried on, went back to the pits, tightened his seatbelts, put a new set of tyres on, sent him out again, crawls round at 30 mile an hour and eventually pulls off anyway, and he's stopped again. So now we've got a virtual safety car. What an absolute 5 minutes of... What a random 5 minutes that was for Yuki Tsunoda. But he is now out of the race for sure. Yeah, he's pulled over and he's on sand, yeah, with the circuit being right next to the beach. They virtually race round sand dunes. And so Yuki Tsunoda's pulled off on the circuit on the sand, and it's not easy to move a car from there. We're a virtual safety car at the moment. In fact, I've got a little thing for that. Let me get that on the screen. I've got a little graphic. There we go. VSC. Oh, rigged up. Professional streamer. Let me get that back up on the screen. Yeah, so we've got virtual safety car. Norris has pitted. Alonso's pitted. I don't know how this is going to plan out, but Red Bull are out. Oh, Max Verstappen's going to pit. He gets a cheap pit stop. So, Verstappen pits at the end of lap 48 under the virtual safety car from the lead. Yeah, Verstappen pitting. How many laps left? 23 laps left. So Verstappen has pitted. They've put the hard tyres on. Is Lewis coming in? I think Lewis is in. Who's that? Yeah, Lewis is in. So see, the Mercedes strategy. You can forget about the Mercedes strategy then. So Verstappen and Hamilton now in equilibrium. Mercedes have double stacked the car, so Mercedes have both Mercedes have pitted. They'll be second and third. Yeah, see how this shakes out. This is it. Advantage Verstappen now, yeah. It's thrown it back into Verstappen's hand, this. Because they were on different strategies and it was all a game of how is it going to play out. They're now on the same strategy. Oh, no, they're not on the same strategy. No, they're not. No, they're not. Mercedes are on the mediums. Oh, it's not done and dusted yet. It's not done and dusted yet. Verstappen's on the hard tyre. Hamilton and Russell are on the mediums. So the quicker, less durable tyre. So in theory, the Mercedes should be quicker. We've got 22 laps to go. We're still under virtual safety car at the moment, with obviously Yuki Tsunoda stopping out on track. Is the rain coming? Hey, Sean, you've accidentally been entertained here. I've accidentally kept you engaged, haven't I, Sean? You know what I mean? You usually dip in, say hello, dip out. But today, you find yourself 49 laps in. What's going on, Sean? Hey, Sean, you're doing a solid for my watch hours. Sean, you're doing a solid for the watch hours. You normally join last lap, yeah. Is the rain coming? I've not heard anything about rain for the last hour. I'm not gonna lie. I'd love a little rain shower. You know, that'd just add a couple of spices. So virtual safety car ending when you get back up and running. Sean streaming F1. Get streaming F1. Oh right, we're back under green flag. In fact, I should have had that green flag thing on since the beginning. It is what it is. No one missed it because no one knew I had it. Right, 22 laps to go. It's Verstappen leading on the hard tyres. Now, what's the gap? 12.6? Yeah, 12.6. So Verstappen, this is how it's all panning out now. With 22 laps to go, we get a picture of what's happening here. So Verstappen leads Lewis Hamilton by 12.5 seconds, but Verstappen's on the hard tyre, which is slower but more durable, but Hamilton is on the medium tyre, the quicker, less durable tyre. So how is this going to play out with 21 laps to go? 21 seconds to go. Hamilton team radio. VSC is stuffed, yeah. No, I don't think the VSC's... It's not over yet, Lewis. But yeah, the gap between Verstappen and Hamilton is 12.7. Russell 3 seconds behind Lewis in third. So we have got a double Mercedes podium at the moment as it stands. Leclerc P4. Sergio Perez 5th. Esteban Ocon up to 6th from 12th on the grid. It's looking like a hell of a drive from Esteban Ocon. Carlos Sainz P7. Lando Norris 8th. Alonso in the other Alpine. P9 and fastest lap for Fernando Alonso. On a fresh set of softs, question mark. I think Norris and Alonso might be on a brand new set of soft tyres. So I expect them to be quick. Alonso with the fastest lap in P9. Lance Stroll in the final points position at the moment in P10. He's having a good afternoon so far. Yeah, Carl, if you're a City fan. Sean. Is George Russell looking quicker than Lewis? Russell set the fastest lap of the race and is closing up on Lewis Hamilton. 2.5 seconds the gap between Lewis and George. Leclerc now P4. Ferrari have been open for more from this race. I mean, Ferrari have really fumbled the bag this year. You know, they've had a really competitive car and they can't even get it on the podium. I think Leclerc's had one podium in the last 10 races and he's got arguably the fastest car on the grid. I don't know how bad I've never seen a team fumble it this bad before. I've never seen a team with a car so fast fumble it so much. It sounded like... That sounded like... flipping Winston Churchill. Never has so few done so much for so many. Never have a team done so bad in such a good car. What a mess from Ferrari. Looking like a P4 and a P7 for Ferrari there. What is going on? Tesco meal deal. What's a Tesco meal deal? Oh, that's what I'll be having in between the streams a ways. Yeah. That's all I've got time for. The race finishes, Tesco meal deal, and then on to the football. Oh, Fernando Alonso trying it. It's Alonso v Norris for P8. And that was getting tasty there. Norris pushing Alonso off the side of the circuit. He got a bet on with Carly. For what? Oh. The bet. The bet. That's a tasty bet, that. If you win that, just forward me some stuff. If you win that, Sean. Joking. Looking like Russell is faster than... Yeah, Carl, it's looking like Russell. Well, mind you, the gap's stabilised at 2.5 seconds now between Hamilton and Russell for P2. It is Verstappen with an 11.8 second lead. What was it before? 12.5. So Lewis is slowly catching. He's made up, what, 7/10 in 2 laps? What if we've got 18 laps left? If Lewis keeps closing in at like 0.5 second a lap, or, you know, 3-4 tenths a lap, maybe. No, he could do with 0.5 second a lap, really, could Lewis? He could do with 0.5 second. Well, he'd need more than 0.5 second a lap. What, 18, 17 laps to go. I don't know if Lewis has got... I don't know, it depends. Fastest lap for Lewis Hamilton. They're going for it now, our Mercedes. Lewis is going for it. 11.5 seconds is the gap between the top two. And we're on board with Carlos Sainz behind Esteban Ocon for P6. That itchy nose, what's going on? I feel like I've been like this all day. Oh, that's about. Bottas is out. Bottas is out. Bottas grinds to a halt on the main straight in the braking zone into turn 1. He's stopped on the inside of the circuit. This has got to be a safety car, hasn't it? Yellow flag. Oh, as Sainz makes the move. I think Sainz are going to have to give that back. If I'm Carlos Sainz, I give that position back immediately. No, if I'm Sainz, I give him back the position now. Oh, Sainz could be... Yeah, Sainz could be in trouble if he doesn't give back the position. You got Valtteri Bottas stopped out on circuit, and Sainz goes for the move on Ocon still with yellow flags. Give back the position now before you cost yourself too much. Let him by. This is it now. You got. He should have done it immediately, because now we've got Lando Norris queuing up. We've got Fernando Alonso queuing up. I've got an itchy nose. Sainz should have given, because now Norris is going to pass. Oh, look at this! Look at this! What a mess! Ferrari are out in the pit lane. What? How is it still yellow flag? I need to get the green flag off the screen, don't I? Right, safety car. Right, the safety car's coming out. Wait a minute, guys. Wow, there, Red Bull are out in the pits. Everyone's out in the pits again. This race has been pretty mad in terms of pit stops and strategies, and someone breaks down, and then it's all been turned on its head again. With 15 laps to go. So Verstappen's on a scrub set of soft tyres. Oh, Hamilton stays out! Hamilton takes the lead then. Hamilton stays out. But, hey, ooh. Oh, now we have got a scenario. Lewis takes the lead. Verstappen on the soft tyres. Russell ahead of Verstappen as well. Verstappen comes out of the pits in P3 on a set of soft tyres, but it looked like a set of scrubbed soft tyres. This has come alive. This has come alive. Mercedes 1-2, Jordan. Let's go. I am not a Mercedes fan. I am here in the interest of entertainment. And a Mercedes 1-2 in 2022 with Verstappen chasing them down on a set of soft tyres. Let's go. Can Lewis win this now? Can Lewis win this? Obviously, Hamilton, with that stat that he's always won at least one race in every single season he's competed, and now leads the Dutch Grand Prix, and there's going to be, what, 13 laps to go when the pit lane, when the safety car goes in. We're going to have a 12-13 lap sprint race. It's going to be Hamilton, Russell, Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez, Sainz, top 6. Let's go. Russell needs to crash into him. Hamilton for the win. You did say it time ago, and I was like, probably not. You did say it time ago. Cheeky brake test, Russell. No. You're going to play fair and square. But yeah, Bottas has lost the engine. He's out of the Dutch Grand Prix. So Tsunoda and Bottas out of the race. Yeah, Sainz has got to... What's happened with this Sainz-Ocon scenario? Look at the order now. The problem is with the Sainz-Ocon scenario is that now Norris and Alonso... Sainz should have given back the position to Ocon immediately. Before they got to turn 2, he should have gone, I've made a boo-boo here, I've messed it up, I've overtaken when I shouldn't have, and give it back immediately. But instead, he's on the team radio to the guy, oh, did I make a mistake? Should I give the position? By the time they've had a conflab and a full conversation about it and a board meeting about it, oh, Russell's pitted. Everyone else is in the pits now. So Verstappen up to second. Oh my God, bro. Oh, nearly a collision in the pit lane there between Sainz and Alonso. This race is a madness. I'm putting it out there now. This race is a madness. So Hamilton will lead. We're still behind the safety car. Hamilton will lead on the medium tyres, but will be hunted down by Verstappen and Russell on soft tyres. Can Russell win this? Hey, yo. Right. I can't believe what's George doing? Oh, mate, what's George doing? Oh, I see. So the whole pack's going through the pit lane. I didn't even clock this, but the entire pack has come through the pit lane because you've got Bottas stopped on the main straight, so it gives them a chance to get the whatever they need, the truck on, to get Bottas' car out of the way. So they're all being guided through the pit lane, and Russell's gone, pit me on a quick one, pit me on a sly one, and get me a set of soft tyres on. Oh my God. This is anybody's game. Russell on softs, Carl. Yeah, look at him bouncing up and down. I know. I don't know why he's telling... you can't overtake on the safety car anyway. So why is he telling Albon to get out of the way? So that's a mad one. Lewis is winning this D-Led. I don't know, Matty. We're going to find out, aren't we? But it's going to be interesting. We've got an interesting last 10 laps, I'll tell you that. We're on lap 59 of 72. We're still behind the safety car. By the time the safety car comes in, you know, we're talking 10, 11 lap sprint for the finish, with Lewis leading on 10 lap old medium tyres, hunted down by Max Verstappen on 5 lap old soft tyres, and in third place George Russell on 3 lap old soft tyres. Here's a replay of Carlos Sainz's pit stop then. Third or fourth pit stop of the day, who knows. Absolute crazy race that we've had today, and nearly tags Fernando Alonso in the pit lane. What a scenario. And look now the lap cars are going to get out of the way. I'm up for this. What did it? Hey Sean, did he go off again? I apologise if it went off a few minutes ago. We're back on again, I think. I didn't even notice. Verstappen on old soft. Max wins, says Martin. This could get very interesting, this. Possible safety car before the end of the race. We've got a safety car right now, yeah. Never mind a possible, Kian, be welcome to the stream. Never mind possible safety car, a definite safety car. Because that's what we've got right now on lap 59. And this is an interesting scenario. Just to reiterate, we're going to have Lewis Hamilton leading the race on 11, 12 lap old medium tyres. And he's going to be hunted down with lock-up from Lewis Hamilton. He's going to be hunted down by Max Verstappen, George Russell and Charles Leclerc, all on the soft tyre. Perez on the mediums in 5th. Safety car ending, so the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. And we are going to have, what, 11 lap sprint race? 12 lap sprint race for the Dutch Grand Prix. Woohoo! Even Nico Rosberg's flat out rooting for Lewis Hamilton. His old rival. Oh, mate. The Dutch fans. Oh, we've got... This is it now. Cam froze again. Is it alright? What's going on? I don't want my cam freezing. We've got a dramatic last 12. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm an itchy one. Apologies if I feel like it is lagging a little bit, but we get through it. We're going to have a 12 lap sprint here in the Dutch Grand Prix. The fans cheering on Max Verstappen. I'm going to get the safety car graphic off the screen now. In preparation for this, I'm going to go premature on the green flag. Oh, whoa, what am I doing? Get that off. Right. Okay. I'm ready. Who's ready for a 12 lap sprint for the Dutch Grand Prix? I am. Safety car coming in, and Lewis Hamilton starts to back up the pack. Oh, here we go. This is blockbuster, this. Here we go. Lap 60 of 72. The safety car's coming into the pits. It's going to be Hamilton that leads from Verstappen, Russell, Leclerc, Perez, Sainz, Alonso 7th, Norris 8th, Ocon 9th, Lance Stroll P10. But here we go, Lewis Hamilton backing up the pack. They're in the final corner and Lewis has gone. Here we go, the race is back underway for the Dutch Grand Prix. We've got 12 laps to go. Verstappen's already all over the back of him. Verstappen's going for the move immediately. The side by side into turn 1. Verstappen and Hamilton. Verstappen's round the outside. Hamilton's braking late. They nearly crash. But Verstappen takes the lead of the Dutch Grand Prix round the outside. He's already got the move done. It took him 10 seconds. And Verstappen leads. Can he be stopped this season? Is Max Verstappen becoming unstoppable in 2022? Immediately gets the slipstream without DRS, of course. DRS activated after 3. Without DRS in the slipstream, gets the job done immediately. Verstappen takes the lead from Hamilton. Russell has held on to P3, so it's Mercedes 2nd and 3rd. Ferrari 4th and 5th. I think Perez has lost a place. Oh, Lewis has been slam dunked. Look at that. The slipstream, the straight line speed. Hamilton tries to defend it on the inside and tries to brake later. But Max Verstappen with the move. Oi. Oi, Jordan. Can he be stopped? Can he be? Look at the gap already. Verstappen's already pulled out a 1.8 second lead in the space of a lap. George Russell third. Russell could get P2. Is Russell got more chance of fighting? I think Russell could switch with Hamilton here. I think Russell's on for a P2. He's going to be on the soft tyres. Wow. Verstappen's absolutely dusted. He's 2 seconds in the lead with 10 laps to go. It's George Russell third, Leclerc, Sainz. Yeah, Verstappen's on for another 26 points at the moment. Give him the flipping ball job. Oh, I don't know about balling it, but he certainly got beaten there. Oh yeah, Perez did lose a place to Sainz. Wow, Russell had to defend. I wasn't even watching Russell and Sainz side by side. I mean, Russell and Leclerc were side by side. Perez and Sainz were side by side. But Sainz did Perez as well. So it's Ferrari 4th and 5th. Yeah, Alpine 7th and 9th, Jensen Button points out. That's a good point. Alonso 7th from 13th on the grid. Fernando Alonso proving that age is just a number yet again. That was the biggest F up, says Lewis Hamilton on the team radio. He's not happy with that. And Russell all over the back of Hamilton for P2 now with 9 laps to go. They should have never pitted Russell. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it was best for Mercedes that they did, because maybe it ends up where... But it could have been a buffer, you know. I think your point is that Russell could have been a buffer between Verstappen and Hamilton and held him off. But I don't think there's much holding off Max Verstappen today. Whatever the scenario, you know, Lewis is not happy at all. I tell you what, Lewis might have a job on here to finish on the podium. Russell's going to be through here. Russell's lining him up. Here we go then. We don't need that green line on screen. So close between the two Mercedes. Russell gets the job done into turn 1, but... Oh, that was nearly a huge crash between the two Mercedes then. That was as close as it gets. I tell you what, if you're Toto Wolff, you've... Oh, Lewis is absolutely fuming. Lewis is absolutely fuming on team radio. Hey, Neil Buttery might have been right about spitting his dummy out. Neil Buttery, if you're still here, you might be right about the Lewis spitting his dummy out. That dummy is long gone. He's not happy about being on them medium tyres. And George has done him down the inside. I think Lewis has got a job to hold the Ferrari off and stuff. You know, Leclerc's within DRS. Or Hamilton could find himself... Hamilton could find himself being picked off one by one here. We've got 7 laps to go. And Leclerc's got DRS on Lewis. I tell you what, Lewis is going to be absolutely fuming. Here comes Leclerc trying round the outside of Lewis Hamilton in turn 1. Lewis having none of it. But it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time with 7 laps to go. That was very close, wasn't it, Carl, between Hamilton and Russell? Too close. Oh, Lewis is just going to get himself picked off here. They're all on new soft tyres. He's on old mediums. Oh my God, bro. Lewis could end up flipping 5th or 6th there. Oh, he's going to be fuming. Russell catching Verstappen. Imagine. I mean, the gap 2.8. I'll keep an eye on it, Carl. I'll keep an eye on that. But I think Max might have this covered. No, 3 seconds. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on that. But I feel like the Dutch fans are cheering on Charles Leclerc here against Hamilton. Oh, my God. I think Leclerc's going to do him here. I think Leclerc's lining him up. He's got the DRS round the final corner. Hamilton goes straight defensive immediately, but Leclerc's got DRS and swoops round the outside, and the Dutch fans love it. Oh, mate, it's like pantomime villain out there. Lewis Hamilton, the pantomime villain in Holland today. Wow, this is getting to the point where Lewis will be inconsolable after this one, because he'd have been thinking about that win when that safety car goes in and Lewis is leading. He's thinking about winning this race. He's now going to potentially end up 6th. Lewis is not going to be the happiest man in Zandvoort this afternoon. Russell probably needed to pit. Oh, yeah. He doesn't, Carl. He doesn't deserve that. He doesn't deserve that. You know, Mercedes did have a great strategy, but then with the Yuki Tsunoda stoppage, the Yuki Tsunoda retirement, and then the Valtteri Bottas retirement, it's thrown all clever strategies out the window, and it's just sort of shuffled the deck, and Mercedes have found themselves on the bad side of the shuffle. Oh my God, Perez and Sainz battling into turn 1. Norris and Alonso and Norris battling for P7. Also Perez and Sainz battling for P5, closing up to Lewis Hamilton in P4. And we're on lap 67 of 72. 5 laps to go. It's a mad race, isn't it, Anton? I'm glad it's been enthralling from beginning to end, this race. You know, you get some races that have like a dead middle part of the race, but this has not been one. This has been gripping from beginning to end, definitely. 5 laps to go. And it is Verstappen with a 3.2 second lead over George Russell. Unfortunately, Carl, Russell is not closing in on Verstappen. That would be, that would be an exciting one. But Verstappen's got it covered. 5 laps to go. It's Russell 3.5 seconds behind Leclerc. 4 seconds behind Russell. But here comes Perez on Carlos Sainz. Is he going for the lunge? I tell you what, that turn 1 just came in time for Carlos Sainz. The battle for P5 is on with 4.5 laps to go. Yeah, Lewis is fuming about being on the medium tyres when everyone else is on softs, which he's got a point. Verstappen do another spin. Yeah, Verstappen do another spin. Oh my God. No, he's got it covered. It's 3.5 seconds the lead now that Verstappen's got. But this is the hot battle on track right now. Perez v Sainz. They don't need to put this green line or this green graphic. Well, what that's about. It looks like something out of the Formula 1 game. Why are they trying to make it look like a game? What? Oh, has Sainz got a penalty? Is that what it is? Yeah, Carl. A double running commentary. You are on Man United Arsenal later, Kim, yeah. Sainz got a penalty. Oh, the thing with Ocon. Because he overtook Ocon under the yellow flags. Yeah. What is it? A 5 second penalty? They'd probably give him a 5 second penalty, haven't they, to Sainz? Which will put him like outside the points. Flipping heck, mate. Yeah. Oh, unsafe release. Oh, yeah, the unsafe release with Fernando Alonso. Yeah. Push like hell. They tell Esteban Ocon. it's been a good weekend for Alpine considering the qualifying. What were they in the grid? 12th and 13th, looking like they're going to finish 7th and 9th. Perez versus Sainz again into turn 1. We're on lap 70 of 72, and Perez is trying around the outside. He's on the grass. Perez pushed onto the gravel, and Fernando Alonso's on the scene. Fernando Alonso is all over it. Oh, here comes Fernando. Perez has got the dirty tyres. Come on, Fernando. Look at this onboard Fernando Alonso helmet cam. 2.5 laps to go in the Dutch Grand Prix. And it's a battle for 5th between Sainz, Perez, Alonso. Norris is right on the back of this as well. Lewis might just about hold on to this P4. Lewis might just about hold on to this P4 because Sainz isn't looking particularly quick. Whoa. Sergio Perez trying round the outside. He's always going to be pushed off there. He's always 10 out of 10 times you're getting pushed into the gravel in that scenario, Sergio. And this is a new green line. I don't like it, Anto. The new green line can. I hope it's a one-hit wonder, that green line. I'm trying to make it look like a video game. But yeah, Fernando Alonso all over the back. We've got a three-way fight for P6 here between Perez, Alonso, Norris. Perez has put him on the back foot going onto that gravel with the dirty tyres, and it's let Sainz get off the hook, and it's let Hamilton off the hook as well. Hamilton looks like he's going to secure that P4 now. Sainz is looking good for P5. We're in a lap and a half away from the end. Yeah, it has been a dramatic Dutch Grand Prix, this. I mean, the strategies and the flipping safety cars, virtual safety cars. I mean, this race has been thrown in the air a good 4 times. Just when you think you've got it worked out, something unpredictable's happened, and it's thrown it in the air again. But Max Verstappen, unstoppable as he starts his final lap. Whew. Alonso with DRS down the back straight on the final lap against Sergio Perez, but not close enough to make the move. And he's running out of opportunities now, Fernando Alonso, if he wants to make up another position. But it's a good day for Alpine anyway. 7th and 9th from 12th and 13th. It's a good race. And now, cut to Max Verstappen. He's got less than half a lap to go. He's a 4.5 second lead over George Russell. And he's got about 4 corners to go in the Dutch Grand Prix. No matter what you throw at him, and the fans on the feet in the stadium section at the end of the lap, and Max Verstappen round the final corner at his home race. And Max Verstappen inevitably wins the Dutch Grand Prix. Is there anything they can do to stop this man? No matter the scenario, virtual safety cars, wrong tyres, wrong strategy, whatever you want to throw at him, Max Verstappen wins the Dutch Grand Prix. It's going to be George Russell picking up 2nd place. A great race for George in the end. Charles Leclerc makes up the final podium position in P3. Hamilton does hold on to P4, so Hamilton just misses out on the podium in P4. He'll be fuming to be fuming that he wasn't on the soft tyres at the end. Sergio Perez takes 5th ahead of Fernando Alonso, who will be 6th with the Sainz penalty. So it's Perez 5th, Alonso P6. What a race for him from 13th to 6th. Lando Norris, I think, ends where he started. Yeah, Norris started 7th, finished 7th. Solid race for Lando. P8 for Carlos Sainz after the time penalty. P9 for Esteban Ocon, who gets a couple of points. Mr. Consistency. And Lance Stroll. Not really mentioned him throughout the race, but Lance Stroll, fair play to Lance Stroll, picks up a point for P10. What a race that was. Max will win the championship. Max may win the championship 5 races from the finish. That's the scary thing. Max can win the championship in Japan or Singapore, and then we've got to commentate on 4 races that, with the, you know what I mean? There might be 4 or 5 races that I stream this season where the championship's already won, and that's the scary thing. But Max Verstappen wins again. So he's won 10 out of the 15 races. Is that right, or is he won 11 out of 15? Who else has won? Leclerc's won 3. Perez has won 1. Sainz has won 1. So he's won 10 out of 15. Yeah. Leclerc's won 3. Perez has won 1. Sainz has won 1. So Verstappen's won 10 out of 15 races. There you go. And there's the flares, yeah. The banned flares have all of a sudden made an appearance. But yeah, that's about it. I'm going to be on the watch along with Denver soon, so I'm going to end it around about now. Oh, we'll be on it about half an hour, I reckon. Is it Monza next? It is Monza next. So I'll be live probably for all the practice sessions in Monza. Of course, of course for qualifying as well, and the race. So yeah, it is Monza next weekend, guys. But that has been the 2022 Dutch Grand Prix. If you have enjoyed it, please do drop a like on the stream. It really helps out the channel, helps me grow. Obviously, we're just starting out this season. So any support is greatly appreciated. Thank you for everyone who's been in chat, everyone who's watched behind the scenes. Don't be afraid to get in chat, next time. But yeah, and please do subscribe if you're a Formula 1 fan, live for every single quali and every single race from the championship. It's Max's day at home in Zandvoort. Mercedes gave him a good race, but Max is king again. Been here since lap 1. Hey, appreciate it, Sean. Farhan, you are joining as we exit, but it's hi and goodbye, Farhan. But yeah, I'm heading off now to do the football with Developer. So if you're into football, whatever, I'll be on doing the commentary. United, let's go, let's go. So we're switching on to football mode now. But peace, thank you all for being with me, and Max wins at home. See you next time. They've got to get in the championship soon. He'll have more than 100-point lead now, Max Verstappen. But cheers, guys. Thank you all for joining me. Apologies when it glitched out here and there. But cheers, guys, and see you for Monza, Friday practice 1. See you then, guys.